So let us talk about the next IDE, which is Jupyter. This is also a very popular IDE. It has a great graphical user interface. So I will launch the Jupyter Notebook here. So the Jupyter Notebook opens up on basically a web browser, right? And I can click onto where I can select which folder I'm going to save my new Jupyter Notebook in. Okay, so to open a new Jupyter Notebook, you can click on new here and go click on Python 3. So it opens another tab. And here you can see. So this is basically your Jupyter Notebook. Okay, and the name it currently holds is untitled. I can always double click on this and rename the notebook. I'll say notebook underscore example. All right, and click on rename. And this is what the interface would look like. I can write my lines of code here. So let me write a simple code. Okay, and when you basically click enter, it goes to the next line within a cell. So this particular thing is called as a cell, this particular box. And I can type more lines of code here. And to click to run or to execute this particular line of code, I can either select on run, okay? And once I select on run here, you can see that I get the output. I can see the output right below. What if I write a code something like this? I say A is equal to 20. I'll say B is equal to 10. And I will simply say A plus B. Right? So within a single cell, you can have multiple lines of code. And I can either click run here, or I can also say control enter, and that executes the particular cell. So this does cell by cell execution, right? And to introduce a new cell below, I can click on the plus here. It adds a new cell, and I can start writing the other script. So let me write a simple script saying data, right? I can click on run, or I can click on control plus enter, or what else I can do is shift and enter. So what that does, it executes the current cell that you're in and introduces a new cell, right? So I can say here, print. I'll simply call for S and I'll click on run. So you can see why is this error coming up? Because Python is case sensitive, right? So I can click on S and I can see the output over here, right? And if any kind of errors that come up, it will always show you right below the cell after executing, right? So it says name error, name S is not defined because I've defined a upper variable of uppercase letter S, and I'm calling for the lowercase letter. So Python is case sensitive, right? Okay. This is how I can introduce a new line. Now I can shift the cells, right? I can navigate through the cells either by clicking up or down, and I can change the position of the cells. All right. And I can also start writing text. So when I want to write some text, I will click on Markdown. So immediately I can start writing a comment. I can say this is an example. I can further write. And I can click on run, right? So the moment you select a cell and mark it as Markdown from this drop-down box, it will allow you to enter some text, right? So this is what a Jupyter Notebook looks like. You can always go ahead and save this notebook on your local machine. So you can, Jupyter Notebook by default has a .ipynb extension. You can also use the .py, download as the .py file. When you download it as a .py, you can also open it in your Spider, right? So here you have different options, how to view the file. You can edit, you have different file options that you can go through, right? Edit options, view, insert, a cell, insert a cell above or below, right? Run the cells. You can even run the entire script, right? And you can restart and run the entire script also like this. Okay, and you have widgets and different help as well. So this is what your Jupyter Notebook looks like. All right. So this is the more graphical, user-friendly graphical interface.